Hey all, we're back. We've washed and rinsed our resin, and then I went ahead and base coated the tiles because I didn't really want to film myself spray painting. So what I did was I base coated with just a flat black and covered the whole tile completely. Got to make sure you get down because of the angle. You'll have to change the angle of the paint can a lot to get around both sides. And then I went ahead and I gave it a real light coating of a metallic finish. This is just a silver. You can see that it's very uneven. There's a lot of spots where you can see mostly black through, and then other spots where it's pretty solid silver. So this is going to be the base coat, and you want this to be very varied, for lack of a better word. You don't want a solid silver or a solid black. You want spots, because that's what's going to show through after all the layers to give us some variation in that corroded, rusty, decaying look. So go ahead and spray your tiles or whatever you're working on like that, and then the next part will be the very first non-spray can base coat. Alright, next step, we're going to put the base layer of brown on the tiles. For this, I'm actually just using, it's called Spice Brown. It's a basic craft paint you can get at most hobby stores, most craft stores. I need a lot of it, and I didn't want to go broke using some of the higher end stuff. So far it's worked great. I haven't had any issues, but I did have to water it down quite a bit. It's pretty thick, so I actually went a fair amount of airbrush flow improver. You could also use, if you could find an acrylic medium. It's a clear, basically whatever they suspend the pigment in. If you can find that, and then add the paint to that and some water. You want a fairly runny mixture. I'll see if I can open this jar and get this to focus so you can kind of see. It's a little bit chocolate milk looking, pretty thin. Not too thin. I found you can't thin it with just water. The paint will bead up too much, especially where the silver metal paint was much more smooth than the black primer. The paint will bead up there if you don't have enough medium. So use the airbrush flow improver or a medium if you can find it. Either one seems to be working for me. So I've got my airbrush loaded up with the brown paint, and I'm just going to start covering this. This may get a little loud. I'll try not to talk over the airbrush. I'll just airbrush a little bit to show the effect we're going for, and then talk. Alright, we're back. Had a little airbrush issue. Got it cleaned out. So now we're just painting brown. I'm not going to bore you with me painting the entire board. What I will do is take one of the boards that I've already painted and kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at here. So you can see that you can still see quite a bit of silver through in spots, and black even. I've left a lot of black up here on the upper edges. Really this is kind of a wash in essence, but we're just trying to get a brown covering over everything, but not a solid one. We want stuff to be able to show through, especially this metal stuff that'll help it look corroded and rusty later. So that is the next step. Get all your pieces done with that brown coat, and we'll move on to the next one. Thanks.